Welcome back, guys, to my Manchester United save on FM17. Today we play Inter Milan at the San Siro in the first leg of the knockout stage of the Champions League. Been looking forward to this one, but first, how have things been going? We didn't do too well at this stage of the FA Cup last season. It was Chelsea that knocked us out in the third round. Not this season though. The draw was a lot kinder to us. Gillingham came to Old Trafford in hopes of a giant killing, but in the end, it was United that was victorious with a 4-0 win. It was another game at Old Trafford in the Premier League. It was another win for Manchester United. 3 goals, 3 points, and this was the final game which saw Eddie Howe in charge of Bournemouth. 3 days later, we were at the Hawthorns to take on West Brom. There was heavy snow, conditions were terrible, but yet we still managed to get a win. It finished 2-1 to Manchester United. Mkhitaryan and Martial with both goals. Up next, Southampton came to Old Trafford under new management. Alex Neil, former Norwich boss, was in charge. He picked a strong side, and they certainly showed there were no pushovers, but we did just about get the win here. 1-0 in the end. Accrington Stanley? Who are they? Yes, fortunately for Manchester United, we were drawn against Accrington Stanley in the 4th round of the FA Cup after that really convincing 4-0 win against Gillingham. A lot of rotation in the side for this one. Andreas Pereira started on the left. I also brought on Indy Boonen in the second half and Roshan Williams, who seemed very solid, very comfortable on the ball at Old Trafford. Maybe a big future ahead of them in this save on FM17. There was a slight falter in our form as we travelled to the Stadium of Light to take on David Moyes' Sunderland. We lost 2-1. They are seriously overperforming this season. They're in touching distance of a Champions League spot, as you'll see in just a moment on the current league standings. We did bounce back, however, in the league as Mike Phelan brought his whole side to Old Trafford. We beat them 4-1. Now, they did open up the scoring in the 12th minute, and I was like, oh, we going through our blip now. But Zlatan Ibrahimovic, with a hat-trick, turned things around majestically. And finally, before we get into that game against Inter Milan in the Champions League, in the FA Cup 5th round, we were drawn against Derby. We travelled there, and it was Johnny Russell's goal that was the difference. We are now out of the FA Cup for the 2nd season on the trot. It was kind of my mistake. I will put my hands up to that. I rotated the team too much. You know, we had players like Sam Johnston starting who put in a really good shift, but it wasn't enough. It's happened. He's finally gone. Wayne Rooney, former Manchester United captain, has left to play his football at the age of 32 in the MLS. He is now a New York City player. He'll be playing alongside his former international teammate, Frank Lampard, who we know in real life has retired from all football now, but in this save is still going. But for me, this transfer was a bit of a disappointing one because I wanted to keep Rooney in this save at United. I wanted him to retire. But, you know, he just forced my hand in the end. He wasn't turning up to training sessions. His morale was diabolical. And so it inevitably led to me stripping him of his captaincy, giving it to Zlatan. It got quite ugly. One of the positives of Rooney leaving is that our wage budget has now gone up. And that was pretty much it for all the business in January. Rooney joined in Feb though, on the day of our game against Inter Milan. But Matthew Willock has gone on loan to Barnet for the rest of the season. And that's pretty much it. So, on to our next game against Inter Milan. We've got to concentrate on that. We've got to put this behind us. Right, the teams are in. Let's have a look at this. So, we are at the San Siro to take on Inter Milan. Now, there is no sign of Handanovic for Inter Milan. Nagatomo starts, though, at right back. They also have Murillo, Miranda at centre-back, Kondogbia, who will just be sitting in front of the defence in support. Mario starts. Keita and Jovetic also start as Kondrava starts on the right. Now, Gabriel Barbosa starts on the bench, and if you've been playing Football Manager for a while, you guys will know how good of a player he is. He really is. And I'm surprised he's not starting this game. Ever Banega starts on the bench, so does Santon. But for Manchester United, this is the team I've gone with. De Gea in goal. Lindelof at right back. Bailly and Daley Blind. Now, Blind comes in to replace the suspended Chris Smalling. We're without Smalling. I can't believe what we could have done with him for this game. But we've got Pogba and Herrera in midfield. Martial, Mata, Mkhitaryan and Ibra up front. I think our team is a lot better than Inter's looking at that. Radu takes it short to Miranda. who was linked in real life to United when he was at Atletico Madrid. Deal obviously never went through. Well done, Short. That's a good ball. Libra's just a bit slow to get to that. Murillo is to it first. And again, it's passed out from Radu, the keeper. Taking their time into Milan. They've got the whole of the San Siro behind him for this first leg. Jovetic is gone for goal, puts it wide. De Gea leaves it, and it's going to be a goal kick to Manchester United. Here we go, Lindelof. Not sure what he's doing in central midfield there, but he's still going. As the ball eventually took off him by Kondogbia. He just clears the danger. And it's loose for Blind. Pogba now. Pogba through to Martial, and it's 1-0. Away goal for Manchester United. 15 minutes in, that's his 10th goal of the season. I just love that through ball from Pogba. Put under a bit of pressure, but yet still picks out the pass. And Martial just almost passes it into the bottom corner there. I'll be happy if it stays this way for the rest of the game. And take that 1-0 away goal into the second leg at Old Trafford. That is half time then. So it's just Martial's goal that is the difference at the moment. I'm going to be calm with the team talk. And I'm going to say I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. Good reaction. Players looking delighted. We want them to go out there with smiles on their faces. And to just relax, enjoy their game. We're a goal up. If we can get seconds, that would be even better. We've had 3 oh no, Martial, what's this? He's got a twisted knee. Let's see if he improves. It's going up slightly. He's up to 58% after he went down to 40. Mkhitaryan now on the ball. Gives it to Herrera. Oh, look at the space for Lindelof. Lindelof swings it in, and it's Mkhitaryan. 2-0, 2 away goals. I'll take that. Now that we're 2 goals in front, I am going to take off Martial. I'm not going to take the risk any further. And just watch the highlight first. Lindelof crosses it in. Beautiful from Mkhitaryan. What a header. Into Milan. Still 2 goals down here at the San Siro. Stefan Jovetic switches it to Keita. Keita now. He's gone for it, and De Gea with the save. Concedes the corner. Into Milan still knocking, but still not actually getting through. And another save from David De Gea. Brilliant. Won't be long now until the San Siro starts emptying. Oh, Bailly's picked up an injury now as well. It's a dead leg. He should only be out for 1 or 2 days. I am going to replace him with Phil Jones. Bailly's pretty much useless to us now for the rest of this game. 10 minutes to go. 2-0 up. We're comfortable here at the San Siro. Got to think about our next game on the weekend against Man City. It's the Manchester derby. And we'll need him for that, as well as Martial. Although I think Martial will probably be out longer than Bailly. And that twisted knee. Here's Brozovic. Keita makes it 2-1. They've clawed a goal back. 5 minutes remaining. Is a comeback on the cards? Can they get an equaliser? He's picked up the ball to restart the game quickly. Brozovic with the cross. Jovetic unfortunate. Oh, De Gea, what are you doing? What are you doing? They're hoofing it forwards now. And there we go, full time. So we do get the win. We've got those 2 crucial away goals, but it's just so unfortunate that they had to go and get a goal as well towards the end. But I'll take it. I think we've, we were a lot better. We've got a lot more quality in our side than Inter Milan. I think we should be able to see him off at Old Trafford. 9 to 12 days for Anthony Martial with that twisted knee, so he will miss the Manchester derby on the weekend in the Premier League. Manchester United edge out opponents in close encounter. It was. Murillo picked up player of the match. Not sure about that. I thought Lindelof was more deserving of it, to be honest. Eric Bailly's only going to be out for 1 to 2 days, so he should be back in time for the Manchester derby, which is up next. Again, I'm hoping to fit it in as a double live com for this episode. Louis van Gaal, of course, is now the new manager of City, so he will be returning to Old Trafford. This is going to be immense. I can't wait for this showdown. We're still top of the Premier League, but only by 8 points. We've still got Watford and Tottenham breathing heavily down our neck. Man City are all the way down in 8th. Now, as we know, Van Gaal is the new manager at City, which is a weird outcome. Let's see how well he's been getting on since arriving. So I think it was, they had to replay against Bristol. I think it's that first game against Bristol, which was Van Gaal's first game in charge. So that ended 0-0. Then they drew 2-2 against Southampton. Then it finished 1-1 against Sunderland. All these draws, and then they beat Bristol, but only just. Then they went on a bit of a run, beating Hull 4-1, Norwich 1-0, Leicester 2-0. They drew 2-2 against Premier League champions Tottenham. Then they lost 2-0 in the Champions League against Real Madrid, and they've just beaten Cardiff 2-0 in the FA Cup. Oh God, look at this team for City. That formation, it just has Van Gaal written all over it. But for United, I've gone with De Gea in goal. We've got Lindelof, Jones in for the injured Bay. He just couldn't make it. He does start on the bench though, if we need him. Smalling is in, so is Luke Shaw. Pogba and Herrera in central midfield. Going forwards, we've got Rashford in for the injured Martial. Rashford scored the winning goal in the reverse fixture earlier this season. We've got Mata, Mkhitaryan and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. On the bench, we've got Horta, Januzaj, Fellaini, Gadelli, Bailly, as you know, Darmian and Ramiro. But look at this. Look at this from Van Gaal. So defensive. They've got Joe Hart. Joe Hart starts in place of Bravo. It's Van Gaal for you. Zabaleta starts. So does Kompany, Otamendi and Grimaldo. Gundogan and Fernandinho. Bruyne, Silva, Griezmann starts, who was nowhere to be seen in the reverse fixture. And Aguero up top. All on his own. Let's see how we get on. We get kick-off here at Old Trafford. Mkhitaryan. Let's extend our run. Let's do the double, hopefully, over City this season. Zlatan spreads it out to Lindelof, who swings it in. It's Joe Hart, quick to the ball. Brings it down and collects. It's a good start. Making our intentions known early on. Van Gaal, I'm sure, has sat down on his arse with pen and paper in his hand. Whereas I would probably be up on the touchline, just watching things unfold here. Mata with the corner. Smalling flicks it on for Jones! Phil Jones has drawn first blood here for United. What a corner. Mata found Smalling. He flicks it on for the far post, and it's Jones that arrives and heads it into the corner. What a goal. I saw absolutely nothing from Man City in that first half. I'm not worried by them whatsoever. I mean, when Pep Guardiola was in charge, I thought, you know, there may be a chance where they can dominate us here and there, but not today. It's Van Gaal that's in charge. It's weird, really, because when I had FM07, probably one of my favourite FMs, if I'm honest, Van Gaal was like such a thorn in my side. He would always take over teams like West Ham, Blackburn Rovers, and if we'd ever come up against them, it was like, are these Barcelona? And he'd always be having pot shots at me as well in the press conferences. We never really got on. We never met eye to eye, me and Van Gaal. And just before this game, it's like we were picking up where we left off from FM07 in the pre-match press conference. Just insulting one another. Right, I'm going to bring on Fellaini for Pogba then. He's looking tired. We need him fresh for our next game. We've got Leicester, and then we've got that second leg against Inter Milan, remember. Andre Horta keeps hold of the ball nicely. Rashford back to Horta to swing it in, to get it in front of Kompany. Have to be a little bit better there. Smalling first on the scene. Nice ball to Andre Horta as we go forwards, looking for that second goal to really finish things off here at Old Trafford. Shaw with the cross into the box. It was dangerous looking, but that is full time. We have beaten Man City. We have done the double over them this season. 1-0 at the Etihad, 1-0 here today at Old Trafford, and we will extend our lead at the top of the table by 11 points until, of course, Watford play their game this weekend. But there we go. Another win over Man City. A win over Van Gaal as well. That's going to be about it then, guys, for this episode. Up next, we've got Leicester away. I'm going to go ahead and play that off camera. Then for the next episode, I'm going to be playing this game. Just this game on its own. The second leg of the knockout stages against Inter Milan at Old Trafford. It's 2-1 on aggregate. And then after that, I'll do a double live com for the Tottenham and Arsenal game. Those two are going to be so crucial towards our hopes of winning the league this season. Be sure not to miss it. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.